What's old is new again. Years ago, our 60 Minutes colleagues created Point Counterpoint, a one-on-one debate on an issue of the week. This morning, we're bringing it back. To start us off, Tom Friedman, Pulitzer Prize-winning columnist for the New York Times, and Eliana Johnson, editor-in-chief of the Washington Free Beacon. They're squaring off on the issue of this week, and doubtless many more to come, impeachment.
Tom, the American people voted, and they should have the final say on whether President Trump is reelected. The Democrats say the president tried to undermine the election process, but they have worked to delegitimize this president since before he was sworn into office. Their outrage over his disregard for cherished norms rings hollow. This past week, we learned of the appalling abuse by federal agents in surveilling the Trump presidential campaign in 2016. There are violations of norms everywhere and on both sides. The Democrats have rushed their investigation to suit a political calendar, demonstrating that even they don't take it very seriously. They fear the lengthy battles in the courts over executive privilege, so they haven't invited key witnesses to testify. Not Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, not Energy Secretary Rick Perry, and not Trump lawyer Rudy Giuliani. This is not the sign of a serious investigation. Their arguments in favor of impeachment have morphed from quid pro quo to bribery and now to election meddling. The Democrats are right. It was wrong for Donald Trump to pressure his Ukrainian counterpart to announce an investigation into a political opponent. But the system worked. Unlike Barack Obama, this president delivered lethal aid to our Ukrainian allies in their fight against Putin's Russia. The Democrats have not made a convincing case for impeachment. That's why, heading into the House vote, the question is not how many Republicans will join their Democratic colleagues and vote to impeach the president, but how many Democrats will oppose the measure. Tom, why don't we adhere to the most important norm of our democratic republic, abiding by elections and their consequences?
Let's get right to it. President Trump not only should be impeached, he must be impeached if we're to preserve America as we've known it. Of course, ideally, presidents should be removed by the will of voters through elections. But Eliana, when I hear Trump defenders say impeachment would subvert that process, I say, really? What the hell do you think Trump was doing? He was subverting the will of the people by using our tax dollars to force Ukraine to investigate his most feared opponent, Joe Biden, in the next election, rather than trusting voters to do that. The only reason the plot was aborted was because a whistleblower drew attention to Trump's scheme, forcing him to release the money to Ukraine just before his shakedown was exposed. Eliana, if we say, as Republicans are, that what Trump did is not impeachable, we're telling ourselves and every future president, hey, it's okay to enlist a foreign power to tilt the election your way. Can you imagine how much cash future candidates could raise from Saudi Arabia, or how many cyber warriors they could enlist from Russia to tilt future elections? The sanctity of our elections would be shot, and we'd never again have a president who, whether or not you liked him or her, was at least seen as legitimately elected. That is a prescription for chaos. Eliana, you ask, why haven't Democrats subpoenaed key witnesses like Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, National Security Advisor John Bolton, and Trump lawyer Rudy Giuliani to testify? Hello? It's because Trump barred them from testifying or turning over documents. He wanted to force the Democrats to subpoena all his top aides so they could go to court to resist and then delay everything until past the 2020 elections. It's called running out the clock. Luckily, nonpartisan U.S. diplomats and civil servants with integrity stepped up to tell us what happened. If Trump is so innocent, why doesn't he order Bolton, Giuliani, and Pompeo to testify, to tell the truth? That's what I'd do if I were innocent. Why does he want his aides, who know the most, to speak the least? If we let Trump stonewall Congress like that without a price, we'd be saying we no longer have three co-equal branches of government. Now we just have a king. We'd be saying the America you grew up loving, the America the world grew up respecting, is no more. Oh, how we will miss that America when it's gone.